These are the steps you'll take to recreate a drag and drop question type from STAAR 2.0 to a fill-in-the-blank question within new quizzes. To get started, I'm going to go ahead and click the plus blue button to select my question type, and I'm going to select a fill-in-the-blank question. On a fill-in-the-blank question, there are two areas that you can see right now that you need to add information to for your students to answer the question or to have this material, but there will be a third one, and I'll show you what that looks like when we are building our question. So for the question title, this is optional, but in here it's great to add your standard, your TEK, or your topic, because we can always bank these questions and use them again in the future, and having that question title easily organizes it to find whatever you need in the future. So then with a fill-in-the-blank question type, you are able to surround any word that you have with what we call a backtick on a keyboard, and this will allow you to have a fill-in-the-blank answer choice. With these answer choices and fill-in-the-blank, there are three ways that you can have students respond. You can have it respond with a text entry, meaning they physically type the word. You can have it with a drop-down or like an inline choice where they're using a arrow button to select from the answer choices, or you can have it set up as a word bank, which perfectly matches the drag and drop option for our STAAR redesign. So I'm going to give you an example of how we set this up so that you can see what you need to do within the question type, and then I'll go in and add a STAAR released question so you can see how they can build together. So on here, I'm going to just type the statement roses are, and I want students to drag and drop the word red into this blank. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the backtick key, which is to the left of the number 1 on your keyboard, and then I am going to surround the word. So I put a backtick before, then I type my correct answer, and then I put a backtick after. And once you do that, you'll notice down below you will get an answer type, and you get to choose how you want students to respond to this question. So from this drop down, I'm going to select word bank because word bank actually matches that drag and drop feature. And so in here, when I only have one drag and drop, it does require me to have a distractor. So I'm just going to add a different color for right now, just so we have a distractor on here and you can see what this looks like. But if I do have more than one drag and drop option in my question, I don't have to have a distractor. So again, this is an example. I'm going to go ahead and click done, and then we are going to preview this so you can see what students will see on their end, and then we'll build in a STAAR released question. So this is what a student will see. They will see roses are, and then they have a answer blank, and they will use the features down below, and they will drag in their answer choice, and now they're able to hit submit or click next to move on. So let's go back to our question. So I'm going to exit my preview, and I am going to edit this question so that we can see a STAAR released question in here. So once I add that, then we'll be able to see all of the items we need for creating multiple fill-in-the-blanks or drag and drops. So for this question type, students are given different mixtures, and they have to drag and drop to say what is the best separation method for these mixtures. And so on here, I have the different mixtures, and I added a table to have it where it is easy to read. So I just added a table on here quickly, and then I added the mixtures that they had, and then I'm going to put in those separation methods. So again, these are the words we want our students dragging and dropping in. So I went ahead and surrounded the word with a backtick before and a backtick after, and because of that, I got my answer types down below. So I have 3 that our students are going to drag and drop into place. Now on these, I'm going to switch the answer type to word bank because that is how we get that drag and drop feature. So I'm going to do that for all of them. And then down below, you do have this option for word bank distractors, but because there's 3 of them in there, I'm not going to worry about adding another distractor. Okay, so now under my options, what I do want to select is allow word bank choices to be reused, because students could potentially use filtering more than once, and I want them to be able to figure out that each one is only used once in this question type. So from here, you can always add your outcomes or align them to your different TEKs and standards and item bank if you would like. Same with changing your points or adding feedback. I'm going to go ahead and click done, and then we're going to click preview to see what this would look like for a student taking this new quiz. So on here, you can see they easily are able to read their question, and it says move one correct answer into each box. Each answer may be used more than once. And so that allowed me to use that reuse button or that option on my fill in the blank question type. So from here, students will just click and drag their answer choice into the correct box. And then once they have them filled, they can click Next or Submit to move on to the next question.